All right, we're going to store values on a TI-84. So storing a value is what you're going to use when you have an FRQ or anything of the sort where you want to use an exact value instead of using intermittent rounding. Intermittent rounding is when you round to 6 decimal places in between your computations to get a pretty exact final answer. But if you want the exact final answer, you are going to do this. So we have a long decimal. It's probably not even showing what the entire decimal is here, right? I'm going to take that down, right, into my equation. And then I'm going to use this magical button labeled STO arrow. That means store. So I'm going to store that value as whatever letter I want or whatever symbol I want. I want it to be P. I'm going to click alpha 8. It's going to give me this value, arrow P. When I hit enter, it's going to be this value, and then any other time that I type the letter P, whether it's by itself in an equation, a computation, a derivative, an integral, that is going to, P is going to be a placeholder, and it's actually going to be using this, oh my goodness, it is actually going to be using that entire value, right? But say you wanted to use, right now we're working with shaded regions, stuff like that. So you wanted to use a point of intersection in an integral or just for something on the home screen, but it's either not showing up to 6 decimal places or you want it to be more exact. So I'm going to go to the graph screen. And I already have these two functions graphed, right? Say I want this intersection point. I want to bring it to the home screen. I want to use it in an integral, in a computation, whatever. I am going to find the intersection point, which we should already know how to do. And then it's just going to ask me guess. I'm going to give it approximate, right? And it gives me this long value. It gives me up to 7, but say, I don't even want to just copy down that 7. I want to use the exact value that X is right here. For this calculator, you're going to go back to the home screen. You're not going to touch anything here. You need to leave it as it is here. Don't touch anything else. But then you're going to click second and then quit, which is going to take you back to the home screen, right? And now what that X value is now logged into your calculator as the last answer, right? Because it's the answer to where the intersection point is. So you're going to go second and then minus where it says answer above. It's going to give you that answer, which is pulling that X value. If you want to make sure it pulled the right X value, just click enter. And it'll give you, the reason it's the same as this is because I did this before and the video was different. Anyway, but that is that X value. It's pulling it from the graph screen, right? And then I can click the store button and store that as, say I want to use it as a lower bound in an integral. I'll store it as B because that's what I know to be the lower bound of an integral. And it's going to be that value, which again, it's not because it's this value, it's because it pulled it from the graph screen. It just happens to be the same value. But yeah, and then I can use B in a computation, an integral, and a derivative, and it will show up as that value, which is the intersection point. Unfortunately, with this calculator, you cannot do it as the Y value as the intersection point. You can only use the X value of the intersection point. But you can also do this with a minimum, a maximum, a 0, whatever, and that's how you pull values from the graph screen to use them in the home screen and store them.